Hi Cancers, and welcome to your February 2021 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to talk to you about the energies coming in for your sign in the month of February. Let's talk all about it, Cancers. So, yes, by this time you should already be feeling a pretty big shift coming on. As you've probably seen from other videos on my channel, if you've been subscribed for a while, that we have a huge new Aquarius stellium coming in February, which drastically changes the game for all of us. I mean, these are big realizations coming in, you guys. These are big realizations, especially for a Cancer, because your emotional nature really starts to undergo a drastic reformation with this transit, because it is kind of harder on the more emotional signs. So like Scorpios, Cancers, Pisces, even Virgos and Taurus can have a bit of a tougher time with this Aquarius stellium, just because it's not as emotional. It's more like logistics, it's more like mental clarity and formulas and like algebra. And sometimes you can look at an algebra formula and try to solve that with your gut intuition and not get the best results. So we're kind of learning how to do math now, and we will be for the next few years, actually. And we're going to really be learning like what plus what equals what. And this can get really karmic too, this relationship plus, that other relationship, coming together within the same 6 months of each other might end up in a very strange karmic experience. And this is not about like emotionally purging that or emotionally going wild with that. It's just about like understanding the chain of events for what they are and moving on. Okay, so moving on, Cancer. Why not really move on with things in the month of February? It feels like you're still kind of caught up. Seven of Swords, 10 of Wands, 8 of Swords, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Okay, Cancer, we're having a little bit of Justice reverse. We're having a hard time here, Cancers. And many of you, especially those of you who have been like working on yourself for a while, it's like you kind of are maybe elevating above this and like already moving into that, 6 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles energy, where it's like, okay, I'm going to just confidently make my exit from this maybe mindset or this chain of events, and I'm going to start working in a place where I'm like really appreciated. So being appreciated for what you do is an important goal to set right now. Do you feel appreciated for what you do? Do you feel like people understand your contributions? Do you feel like all this hard work that you're doing, because it feels like there's a lot of hard work and maybe too much hard work. Do you feel like that's being seen, or is this all happening at your discretion? It does almost feel like you can be unfairly used for like work or something. Like bosses or higher ups can try to maybe make you do more than your fair share. So the voice of a Cancer becomes an important asset right now, and really being able to set your limits or being able to know what is or is not too much. So I totally understand that too, as I have quite a lot of Cancer energy in my chart as well. And I can see how I might have overdone it myself. And I think that we all can right now, because it's possible to make it all work, and it's possible to keep on keeping on like this. But you want to see a limit to it, or you want to see some type of new introduction of a schedule or a new enjoyable thing in your life, like some type of new games or something that help you to offset this. So new sports, new competitive enjoyable things, with all that Wands energy. Even like new video games or something for some of you will be really good to capture your wandering mind from going like really crazy. There's a little bit of a paranoid mindset here as well, worrying about how other people are thinking or feeling, worrying about the expressions and impressions of other people. That has to be a thing of the past, Cancer. You've got to stop worrying about what other people think of you, or what other people think of the people you're dating, or all of that. It's really old. It's really old at this point in time. So let's move on with that, and let's get, because nobody really cares. People don't really care. Right? That's the most liberating thing as a Cancer, to understand that people don't care, because the worst case scenario for a Cancer is to like really be working hard to present or express something that nobody has much of an eye for in the first place. So that's a lot of what I'm seeing, is like doing things in vain. Okay. Even for like business owners or, entrepreneurs or anything like that, watch out for doing too much in vain. Like, I'm going to file all these papers, or I'm going to like make that brand, or I'm going to like do all these crazy things, and maybe not much of it really has any bearing on anything. And is this all just kind of like a way to pass time at the end of the day without really having to sit down and look at things, like really look at things, that is something important to think about right now. And as we're kind of crossing a bridge here right now in the reading, when all of that becomes like set into place, we have this incredible, confident, contributing energy that you're really renowned for and really appreciated for. Do you think that the people in your life appreciate what you're doing? Do you think that the way that all of the actions that you took in 2020 were really highly evolved and really, things that make you remembered well by people? That's another really good question as a Cancer to be asking, is it's like, have I acted in an integrity-based way? Or have I done things that were just like easiest for myself in the moment and created a lot of long-term problems now? That's really important. We all, as Cancerian people, have to take a time out and look at that and try to fix that as best as possible now and really start working for the long term. And what is kind of waiting on the other side of that is this really good possibility for simplicity and this really good possibility to not over carry. Because look at how many cards we have dealing with carrying things. So we have 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and even 6 of Wands as well. And carrying so much and having your hands so full makes things like 8 of Wands pretty hard to receive well. What hands are you going to catch those prosperous wands in? It's very easy to miss opportunities in February, Cancer. And, I don't love the tone of this reading in the sense that it's like, wow, do we really feel like things are in this bleak place? And they're not, because honestly, things are better than they were last year for you. But it's like we can't look at things now with the same tone that we looked at things last year as Cancer people. Otherwise, we're going to miss some of these opportunities. This is a time where Cancer, really can't just recede and pull back. I think that you guys have to let yourself maybe be seen by others or let yourself come out and be prepared to let go of some things so that you can catch more. And with that, you can have a really good level up. But what I will also say is really positive about this month is that through maybe a shift in mindset or through a shift in capacity for forgiveness as well, it's very easy to clear out a lot of pent up, backed up energy. And clearing out that pent up, backed up energy will facilitate a much softer experience of life. Because that's kind of what happens when we get really connected to those grudges or really even attached to people who are toxic, narcissistic, or not out for our best interests. It kind of snags our energy, and this makes us really vulnerable to a lot. So you're healing up your sort of energetic force field right now too. I do feel there are a few snags from the previous year. I would really pay attention also to the people that came in when you were more alone in 2020, or the people that kind of caught you off guard, or the people who just came in 2020, because they don't really feel, I don't know, they don't feel great for a lot of Cancer people. So I would just keep an eye on what has been snagged. Do you have clothing that's snagged? Do you have furniture or walls or anything in your life, even scars on the skin, or anything that you can correlate it to? So symbolically, referencing, okay, I got a scar on my arm in 2020, and this happened when I was on a really great date with this person, and okay, whoa, there's something kind of weird synchronicity there, isn't there? So keep an eye on anything snagging, okay? Snagging things for Cancer. Let's talk about the week-to-week Cancer, and let's get some positive ideas. So week number 1, you have 8 of Wands rooted down by 7 of Wands. You have way more than you realize. There are probably loads of people right at your command, people who would so quickly just come right to you and really heal a lot of this up. But watch out for pride getting in the way. You're on higher ground now than you've been in a long time. You are really holding your own, but we've got to get out of also this confrontational mood too, or even confrontations of the mind. All this 8 of Wands, is so good. It's so prosperous. But then 7 of Wands, it's are all of these now just bargaining pieces, or, aspects of some type of conflict in your life? It's kind of say, for example, you have a really successful business bringing in a lot of money, and now there are just so many legal fees and so many corporate fees that none of that money is ever yours. It's things like that I feel for Cancerian people. where you might have like an incredible revenue generating business that does not leave much for you to have, you know? And it's like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this, you know? So I think there are two approaches, you know, either you can bring in more revenue, I guess, and like have more, or you can cut back expenses, or you can kind of reanalyze the entire, I guess, thesis of business. And this is a hypothetical, right? So you could apply this to your relationships or your jobs or whatever, but it just feels like there's not a lot left over for Cancer right now. And it's up to Cancer to start tweaking those things, okay? Because you have a lot of benevolence coming in. Don't let it get subsumed by so many other people. Week number 2, you have Justice reversed, rooted down by the 7 of Swords. So, yeah, watch out for injustices, okay? Watch out for people who take advantage. I'm really convinced that a lot of Cancers have come into contact in 2020 with a person or an energy that takes more than it gives. That's, again, echoing that energy of like, yeah, maybe the business is really successful, but if it's not giving back, what really is the purpose of it, you know? What a great time to cut expenses, Cancer. Okay, so from the personal budget, from the business budget, from the energetic budget, cutting expenses is very well for you, depending on the situation, of course. You might also find that people could take advantage of your generous ways, you know, like anyone from like employees, employers, either taking advantage of your time or your money, either way, you know. You could find even that very recent relationships are also very much just like having you for the status of having you. You know, people might be dating you for what you have. And I keep like hoping that this reading takes a positive spin. I mean, I have a lot of Cancer too, guys, so it's like, I'm like, come on, give us the positive spin. And the only way that I can understand it is it's like we have to see this and we have to feel this in order to get it like the complete opposite reaction where, yeah, the revenue from like this business or the love from this relationship is now coming mostly to us instead of being subsumed by so many other people. Parasite cleanses, okay? Anything leechy or parasite energy has to probably be dealt with right now too, because that seems like a lot of what's going on as well. Week number 3, 10 of Wands, rooted down by 8 of Swords. I have a disdain for that combination of energies. Okay, so by the 3rd week of February, Cancer, it's going to be clear. Okay, it's going to be real clear what is going on here. It's going to be real clear, like where the energy's going, what has you tied up, you know. Watch out for long-term contracts, okay? Do not partake in them if you don't have to, or unless only partake, and I said this in Year of the Ox video, only partake in long-term contracts if you know it's what you'd be doing no matter what, or if you just love it that much. Do beware of contracts at that time. And try to just also be happy with what you have too and not take on too much. There's a definite issue with getting tied in the 3rd week of February to like, if I work really hard, I can free myself up a little bit. What's that logic? We all have that logic sometimes, don't we? Okay, I'm going to work so I can afford something, or I'm going to work, and it's like a reality for most of us. But I think you have to work less, okay? I think you have to do less. I think that you need more time in the 3rd week of February, and you might have to kind of untie some of these shackles as well, okay? And moving into the 4th week, you have 6 of Wands rooted down by 3 of Pentacles, and suddenly something has changed. It's almost like the experience of the 3rd week leads you to really do a lot of work and healing. So I don't know what really happens there, but you're having a big dimension shift where all of a sudden you're feeling more confident, and all of a sudden you're also maybe involved in a group project, or having a team, or being involved in a team type of effort. So do really focus this month on just getting into that more confident space, and on maybe contributing to something larger than yourself, or with a group of people really contributing to maybe an art project or some type of like really enjoyable project. Like, projects are really good for you, okay? And these might not even have anything to do with money, okay? This might just be like totally for fun, or for like art, or for culture or something. Like, I'm feeling like that's a really good territory for you, so see what's there. But anyway, Cancer, this is like this is a setting things straight month. This is a month of understanding where you really stand, and don't get discouraged with it. You know, no one's having a perfect time of this transition. Like, we all have a few strange things that we have to face, and maybe an identity crisis to fix up. And as Cancer rules the identity, your sign is much more involved in that. So it's going to be a little bit more, hardcore. Also, Aquarius energy is quincunx to you. So there's a little bit more of maybe a learning curve to really integrating well with the energy. But anyway, Cancers, I'm going to put together an extended reading for you over on Patreon. Do come and check it out. I always try to incentivize the Patreon page through the extended readings, but there's a lot of other stuff there too, including weekly forecasts and early ad-free access to these readings and all of the extended readings. It's very affordable. So if you want to support the channel and get more, click the center of your screen now or check it in the description box. And let's go ahead and start on your extended over on Patreon. Thank you so much, Cancers. I will talk to you soon. Much love. Bye.